Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thought we would go through how I harvest eggs from my black pearl killifish, and then later on in the video I'll go through some of the stuff in the fish room, and we'll pick some eggs from one of my community tanks that has killifish and CPDs and a bunch of other fish in there. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. Hey guys, so we're going to go through how I breed the black pearl killifish. So I'm going to pull that thing out and we're going to take a look at how many eggs are in there and get rid of these snails that are in there, so I don't start eating the eggs, but usually they bury them down in that peat. So let's go on, let's pull that thing out and take it. All right, so we've pulled the eggs out. So I went online and I bought this. It's like a, I don't even know what this is for, to be honest. It's like a cloth bottom, comes with a zipper, a replaceable bag came with it. I dump the eggs in there and then strain them. So just take this, put it through, make sure I get all the peat out. Just in case there's eggs in there, you never know. I just squeeze it out. The eggs are hard, guys. You don't have to worry about them breaking. Also, one thing I have learned is you have to make sure you leave some water in there. You don't want to dry it out too much, as you will probably end up drying out the eggs too much and then they will die. These eggs can die like that. You'll go re-wet them and they just won't hatch, and you're gonna end up wondering why, but that's probably the reason. They got a little too dry. You want the peat to be moist but not wet. So now I just crumble it up. Get rid of that snail. Get it all into nice fine pieces. You don't want any clumps because eggs could be hiding in there. And usually I won't go crazy and try to find every single egg. I will find maybe 5 eggs and I know there's eggs in here, and then I'll bag them up and just leave them, because even 5 eggs, that's good enough for me, you know. And I'll show you, I put a date on them and put them in a nice spot to dry out and to sit for 3 months, 4 months. I can't remember exactly how much it is on these. I'll look it up. Put it on the bag before we do it. Unfortunately, I sifted through it. I only found 1 egg in the whole batch. Not really worth my time. I just left it in there. I'll just let him breed a little bit more, and then hopefully in the next little while him and his girlfriend there produce a little bit more for me. stunning, isn't he? Well, let's throw them back in. Usually I do wait for this to settle out a little bit more, but just for the video, we'll show you how it goes back in. But usually take my time putting it in because it's going to get everywhere. I'm sure there's a bunch of peat at the bottom of this too. I would not be surprised if they have spawned all through this stuff too. And you could just pull that stuff out and dry it out, but whenever I do see them spawn, they do seem to go in here. I don't know if it's a comfort thing or what, but don't worry about that stuff floating. Eventually it'll settle down, and then they're always in here hanging out. Last time I pulled, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 eggs out of there. So I'll wait 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, I'll pull it, check it just like I showed you. And then once that happens, I go down. So these are all different, different Northobranchius types and dirt spawners. So I'll take a bag like this. I'll put the name on there. This one's kind of worn out. I've tried to re-wet this one before, so kind of got worn out a little bit. But I'll put the name, the date it was collected, and then the date of how many months usually you have to wait, or weeks, and then what date to start re-wetting it. So these are all my different ones. There's a whole bunch of different fish in there, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. These are the other ones that I just recently did. I'll see if I can find some. They were swimming at the top earlier. Oh, there's one. So this is a Northobranchius raichovi. So you can do it in two methods. This is a coco coir that I put it on. The other one was a peat that I put it on, the one that I just pulled out. But you can see, so this was put in a couple weeks ago, and the babies are out and about. I think he's the only one I can see right now. The other ones are probably down below eating brine shrimp. You can see it's starting to settle out. He's just creeping around back. We're gonna go in there and lay some more eggs. You didn't do a very good job last time, buddy. Oh, he's so upset. He's so offended there. Anyways, have a good day, guys. I wanted to go through how we pick eggs off these mops. So you can see I've got a whole bunch of mops in this community tank. There's a bunch of killifish in here. There's also some, there's a whole bunch of Danios, the CPDs. There's some, what are they called? The rainbow fish, the pseudomoguls. I think they're the Gertrude. Some minnows in here. All sorts of fish, really. Like we have pygmy cories in here roaming around, bristlenose. So I just throw a whole bunch of mops in here. Let's see what we get out of them. Let's pull some of these mops, see what we get out of them. So I just pull them out. Squeeze them out. Got a tub down below catching the water. So right away, gotta focus on that. Got an egg. Well, usually pop this first, but not today. Just throw it in that tub. I cleaned the tub out. There's no snails. There's no nothing in there. Just nice clean water. I got an air line going over in the corner. Pretty straightforward. More eggs. right there. There's so many eggs, guys. Like, look at that. Just full of eggs. So, to get these things breeding, that's one thing I haven't touched on in a lot of my videos, is I feed baby brine shrimp, lots of them, once to twice a day, depending on my schedule and how often I'm home. The girlfriend's been moving in. It's been really difficult between her schedule. Like, look at this, guys. Look at this cluster. There's just eggs everywhere. Between her schedule and my schedule, it's been really difficult with feeding. She can't keep up on it. I go away for work. It makes it real difficult. But we're doing our best, and hopefully we can get a whole bunch of babies out to everybody. I just threw a whole bunch in the 55 gallon with the angelfish, a whole bunch of babies. So I think I'm gonna have to expand and possibly get another grow out tank. We'll see how that goes. But I think we need more room for babies to grow out in. Yeah, there's a stupid amount of eggs in here. There's eggs everywhere. Like, at this point, I might as well just throw this whole mop inside of here. The only thing I don't like doing why I don't like doing that is because I keep snails in my tanks, and then you get these little baby snails in here. Well, they'll come in with the eggs into this thing, and then next thing you know, eggs will start getting eaten by snails. So let me pick this mop quickly, and then I'll come back. So you guys can put the mop directly into the tub, but one thing I've noticed is that the hatch rate or the survival of the fry isn't as high, I've found, as if you pick the eggs and just dumped them in there. Okay, so gone through most of the mop. You got to check the upper top of the mop. They love going up to the top. Also check the lower parts, because some of the ones that like to spawn on the outside will spawn on the bottom part of your mop. Squeeze it out so you can see the eggs, if there is any. But I got probably, out of all those mops, close to 100 eggs. That's it for that one. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of eggs in there now. With a lot of these, I would put methylene blue. I found with the fish that are in this tank, these type of killifish, it is a blue steel killifish, and the Danios and the Pseudomagil Gertrude, and all these other fish, you don't really need the methylene blue. They don't, fungus is bad. You can see in there, let me see. So you can see that really bright one on the left. That one's gone fungal, but the rest are okay. I try to spread my eggs out through here so they're not touching side by side. So even if that one does get fungus, it's not gonna spread to the other ones. But those are just bubbles. I'm trying to see if I can find you eggs. There's your eggs there. A little bit harder to see. You can see all the eggs there. But anyways, I'll just leave it like that. So 14 days, depending on the fish, and they'll all start hatching out. And then I'll start feeding microworms. Get the fish to a decent size, and then once they're to a decent size, I'll start feeding baby brine shrimp. And then you start getting fish like this. trying to get his colors. See what else we got. Yeah, so we just threw in a whole bunch of little babies in here. You can see the one there. Killifish are easy to breed, guys. You can see how many eggs we got out of that. I'm sure there was eggs from other species as well, but I thought we would take you through picking eggs out of a community tank on spawning mops. Thought you guys would kind of enjoy that. So I am trying something new just to add a little bit to the experience today. So I built a mat for these Fundulopanchax amati that I just got in the mail. You can see the female there, the male swimming around in the back. I don't know what he's doing. But they've been going in to this mat and swimming around. So what I'm wondering is if I leave for work, which I normally do 2 weeks, you know, girlfriend's not really comfortable pulling eggs out of here. So maybe the babies will survive if I'm not here, and they can hide in this mess of spawning mop. And then he's been chasing them around, so they have a nice place to go hang out and get away from him if they want to just relax. And then he'll go into there with the females once in a while. I see them taking off into there, so hopefully they're laying eggs in there already. I just got them. I'm not sure if they've been fed enough yet to quite start having eggs, but I have been feeding them brine shrimp and bloodworms. So hopefully sooner than later. Here's the female. She does seem already a bit chunkier than when I first got her. So hopefully within the next little while, they'll start breeding in here and then I can start pulling eggs out. Oh, there's both females. See, they just pop out of there. I thought it was a good idea. It's just like one of these knitting mats. So I just weaved it all through there, made some mops, and it all seems to sit up like grass. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully I can get a whole bunch of these guys out of there. And then just to show you, so I don't know if you remember all the angelfish out of the last video, but here is the mama. She's such a good mom. She's trying to scare me away. Dad's not impressed that I'm here either. But the babies are just swimming around, little bellies full of brine shrimp this morning. There's got to be like 200 babies in there. She's a good mom. But anyways, guys, still waiting for these guys to breed. They've been fighting. I threw a pipe in here. I don't know if they're thinking maybe these surfaces aren't clean enough for them to breed on. They normally breed on the plants in the back, but there isn't. I've been picking away at the leaves, so I've lost some leaves on there. Hopefully they can spawn on that one, but maybe there's just not enough leaves for them. This is what they do. So as far as I understand, this is their normal thing that angelfish do before they breed. You can see her female part is hanging down there. I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy your day. Thanks for coming around again.